Mr. Michael Palin.
I'll take down the Rembrandt. Because various significant times and various significant places, Ireland's played quite an important part in my life story. And this probably accounts for why I feel very much at home when I come here. My first visit to Ireland was on my honeymoon. It was quite traumatic to start with. Our second night was in Tralee, where there was not a lot happening after 5 o'clock. The reason why we chose Ireland in the first place may well have some genetic explanation. For in 1977, I discovered, via a great aunt who'd been looking through some old family archive, that my great-grandmother was Irish. She was called Brita Gallagher. She came from Donegal. Now, Edward Palin was a Don at Oxford University. He was vice president of St John's College, but he was on his own, walking through, and in his diary, in 1861, he writes down that he has met 2 American women, and he liked them both, particularly liked the younger one. And he gets her name down as Beda, or Breda. He can't quite spell it right. He said she was only 17 years, 6 months old at the time. There's a little asterisk in the bottom that said, you know, if only our ages had been closer, how different things might have been. And then, later on, yet another asterisk said she's made me the happiest of men. We married in Paris in 1867. Now, she was an orphan from the potato famine. She lost her parents in the famine. She was one of the lucky ones, was shipped out on one of the coffin ships to America and was adopted by an American lady, who was the other lady there in the story, and taken to do the grand tour of Europe. And that's how they met. And he was not able to marry her to start with. There was no question of marriage, because in order to be a Don at Oxford, the vice president of the college at that time, you had to be celibate. There was no question of being married. So he had to, in the end, decide to give up what was probably a very, very important position as future president of one of the top colleges of Oxford, to marry Brita. And I love that idea that he did in the end. I just love the story of these 2 very different people getting together. Let's get to the spirit of the evening. There are quite powerful links and connections with this country that I've experienced during my visits here. And one of them is a love of words and a respect for writing, which has always impressed me whenever I come over to Ireland. As far as I know, there's no Writers' Museum anywhere in London. It was Tales from the Arabian Nights. It was inscribed, and I still have it, to Michael, with love from his daddy, 5th of May, 1950. It was full of exciting, exotic, slightly sinister, downright scary stories. The old man attaches himself to Sinbad the sailor. Sinbad, eyes wide with fear, and the long white-bearded man in a loincloth with his legs clamped around Sinbad. The man crossed his legs round my neck and gripped me so tightly I was nearly strangled. Not, you might think, the perfect gift for a 7-year-old. Seconds. Many years later, I heard he become a priest.